Hey, what's up, everybody? It is I, TJ, co host of the Now Mind You podcast, back again with a new review of the latest chapter of Tokyo Avengers by Ken Wakui. Today, we're looking at chapter 272 titled Over Again. There will be spoilers up ahead. Let's get into it. Where did we leave off? Thinking he died, Shinichiro just woke up back home to see Mikey playing with his called model kit moments before the infamous accident. Let's get into the summary. Shinichiro has traveled back in time and he is determined to do his utmost to prevent the previous timeline from ever occurring. Let's talk about this review real quick. I actually enjoyed this chapter. It could have easily been titled, What Would You Do If Given a Second Chance? But Over Again works just as well, right? It's even more succinct. I really struggled with that word. It's shorter. Shinichiro did what most folks would do if they were given a second chance, right the wrongs and take nothing for granted. I like how the flying kick to the face lets Shinichiro know this isn't a dream. It actually knocks him out, right? Some people would normally get some type of pinch. That's not Mikey's Nindo. The eagerness with which he taught Mikey how to ride bikes, saw that Gramps and Emma were alive and well and wanted to help out with the cooking but started with the cleaning, right? While he's old school cleaning the floors, we get the first big event that occurred in the timeline that we, readers, are familiar with, the Smile incident. I almost get the impression that Shinichiro can like see those dark wisps hanging around Mikey. I really feel like this is due to the discrepancy between the timelines. Also, look at who's at the house this time, Lil Senju. I did appreciate the conversation between Shinichiro and Manjiro in the backyard, but shouldn't Grandpa Sano have been there too? The big thing though is that Manjiro didn't get off as scot-free as I originally thought. Don't get me wrong though, the kid should still be in juvie. Also, why was his first instinct to go for his mouth and rip it with his bare hands? Suddenly, I was at Haruchio's mouth. That's not a normal thing even with rage. I don't know. The scars, they might be permanent. Yeah, no shit, little psycho. Okay, I know for the plot it makes sense, and maybe it's because he saw how close they were in the other timeline, but hell nah, dude. Maybe Haruchio wouldn't have ended up so warped if Shinichiro hadn't told him you can still be his friend. Nah, be Baji's friend. Mikey needs a cell and a therapist. My predictions and questions. So Haruchio is the trigger. I mean, I would have assumed since he was the last person he saw after jumping off the bridge or whatever, but it's wild, right? That might explain why Haruchio in the battle, remember, this isn't all about Shinichiro, right? This was originally the battle between Toman and Kanto, right? But it would explain why Haruchio calls out Takemichi as a time leaper and how he knows about it, right? It might also explain his unwavering, straight up psychotic loyalty to Mikey. He essentially made an oath to Shinichiro in that hospital room. The manga could be called Black Dragon Revengers now, right? All kidding aside, the Shinichiro, did he just leap to the day he got murdered by Kazutora during the surprise birthday bike incident? I do believe on that day, Mikey did seem to get his scooter fixed, which may have been right after he himself trashed it by kicking it, right? Because Baji took some lumps protecting it from Mikey when they all went to the beach. The last panel, super emotional, right? But what comes next may be super dark. I think what comes next may answer a few questions that have been percolating in the comments, right? Regarding, is Kazutora potentially a time leaper? For me, I think what happens next may answer this question. Did Shinichiro die, or did he leap again and alter the timeline further? All in all, this was more of a wholesome chapter, especially if you compare it to the chapters up to this point. You feel happy for Shinichiro, but with everything we know so far, he's not out of the woods yet. I can't wait to read everyone else's thoughts. Thanks as always to Creepy Kid and Guts Guy, Riolu. Shout out Moonfox as well. Big shout out to the Manga Katana community, and thank you everyone for giving this a watch and listen. If you like what you're hearing, hit up the main podcast, Now Mind You Podcast, on pretty much all podcast platforms, or hit us up on the socials. Now Mind You Pod, NOWMINDYOUPOD, on damn near everything. If you like what I'm doing, hit me up, Tuss4_skate. That's TUSS4_skate. Thank y'all so much. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I need to say that more. Peace.